It's Donnée Patrese, and I am here because I want to talk to you about burned daily desires. Now, the reason why I want to talk to you about burned is because it is my first erotic romance murder mystery. And I opened this whole thing talking about that genre because I'm sure you probably have never heard of it before, and it's kind of something that I created. And I don't want to say I don't want to toot my own horn and say that I created it, because it could be some other people out there who've written erotic romance murder mysteries. But it's a genre that I kind of jumped right into. I've never written it before, and I had never heard of anybody who had written it before. But this basically is a murder mystery that has romance and erotica in it. I'm going to start off by reading you the synopsis, which is basically the blurb on the back of the book. What you would see when you flip the book over. So this one says, "No one can be trusted. No one is safe. Inferno Lounge is the underbelly of the city, a world where escorts meet clients, owners make money, and everyone tries not to get burned. But beware, there's a killer on the loose, one with a hunger for death. Every woman at Inferno is on the menu, including Kimberly Lawson, a dedicated college student by day, a steamy Inferno escort by night. Kim values money above all else, even over her desire to love and be loved. Love is the furthest thing from Malcolm Johnson's mind. He's all about fulfilling fantasies and getting something he can't get at home. Kim fits the bill, if only he can get his brother to back off. Kenneth Johnson isn't a man to give up on love. What he and Kim have is special, even if she doesn't know it yet. When women at the lounge begin to die, Kim questions her choice of profession and the men in her life. Who can she trust? A killer is out there, and no one knows who will be next." From the author, me, of the Prohibited series, comes a new deadly erotic story where the question becomes, who will survive? So, that is Burned Deadly Desires. If you notice, I mentioned 3 characters: Kimberly Lawson, Malcolm Johnson, and his brother, Kenneth Johnson. And for most people, you would assume that you would have to pick one of these people to be the main character. And you would hear from them pretty much throughout the whole book. And that is true in the story. However, there's also 3 main characters in this book. And you hear from all 3. You hear all 3 of their voices and from all 3 of their point of views. And I think that's important to point out, because you hear from Kimberly, you hear from Malcolm, and you hear from Kenneth. And you see what is going on and how they feel throughout this murder mystery. And if you listened really closely, you hear that romance and that erotica, because you hear the fantasies and you hear love. And so you take that erotica and that romance and the murder mysteries and women dying, and you put that all together, and it makes for an excellent plot and an excellent story. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn, I'm not trying to brag, but I enjoyed writing this book. It was one of my favorites because it was something new. I loved the Prohibited series, and I still do, because it was my first 3 books, and it was really special to me. But Burned was something that I really was excited about. And I didn't mention this before, but not only do you hear from these 3 people, but you also hear from a 4th. There's one other person's voice that you hear from, and I want to surprise you. I don't want to ruin it for you, but you hear from one other person in the story. And like any good murder mystery, you don't find out basically who the killer is unless you're that good of a sleuth and you figure out who the killer is before the people in the story do. then, you know, if you watch a lot of true crime and stuff like that, and you're like, I know who the killer is before anybody else knows who the killer is, then you're just that good. But I think I did a pretty good job with sprinkling clues and keeping you guessing until the very end. So I think that you will greatly enjoy this book. But I'm going to do a more detailed video on my interpretation of what erotic romance murder mystery is. I'm going to go more detailed into exactly what I feel that you get out of it and what makes it special. But if you really want to get deep into it as a reader, I suggest getting a copy of this book. And right now it's really, really inexpensive on Amazon. It's about $6 on Amazon right now. And it goes up. So right now I say get it for about, go ahead and get it for the $6 on Amazon. If you like ebook, I would say ebook right now is about $3. So you can get it for $6 or you can get it for $3. Either way. But it's a really good buy. I'm excited for you when you read it. Like, I wish I could sit there and just watch you while you read the book. But if you do have any questions, you can put them in the comments. If you have any, like, about, you know, erotic romance, murder mystery, go ahead and put in the comments. But like I said, I'm going to do another video that goes deeper into that genre, because just because you're a reader doesn't mean you might be interested in writing. Because I know a lot of people who come to me and they're like, I'm interested in writing a book, I'm interested in fiction, I'm interested in nonfiction, and there might be some things that you want to know about that. So that was Burn Deadly Desires. I'm going to come back and give you some more detailed stuff about it, and we're going to talk about characters and character development and how I came up with this book. But for now, I just want to give you a taste, and we can discuss more because I don't want to spoil it. I just want to tell you to go buy it, and then we can have like a little mini book club and discuss and talk about the characters and what happened. So I don't want to spoil it for you. When we do discuss, I'll put a spoiler alert on there so that you'll know that we're actually going to discuss. But go ahead and get it so that we can do this discussion together. Okay, and if you already read it, then good job. All right, so like, comment, share, and subscribe, and go get burned so we can discuss. Hit that subscribe button. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye.